Hello, my name is Hannah and welcome back to another video about the inventory system with the new GUI system from Unity. Today I'm gonna show you how a Dropbox is working and picking up some items. I know I changed some of the terrain as example and something like that, but that's only because I want to see when I walk and so on. So I'm gonna show you how it works now. At start the inventory is disabled, so I'm gonna press I and now here's the inventory. And now you see here a small box. We can drop this item and like you see in the scene it's getting dropped, and when we drop them all, only some items which are in the range, now it's 3 meters I guess, they're getting yeah, placed in our Dropbox, and when they are in our Dropbox we can pick them up in our inventory. So we click on it and now it's in our inventory. So when I go out of range, it's not getting placed in this Dropbox, so we have to get near the item, so this item appears here, and we see when this is consumable how many there's on the ground. And we also can click on the item and not on the Dropbox, on the item, and this getting placed in our inventory. That will be today. This tutorial will be pretty long because there is pretty much, and yeah, let's start with it. Firstly, I have to delete some yeah, game objects because they weren't in our yeah, other videos. So I have to delete this. Wait, I need this main camera, otherwise continue. Player has to be deleted, terrain has to be deleted, and the Dropbox. So now we got many scripts which we have to create. I'm gonna delete this too. Where's the folder? So now we're gonna start from scratch. You saw the player script. I'm gonna attach this to the YouTube video so that you can download it, because I don't want to explain you how a first-person camera works. So I'm gonna show you it later. I'm gonna upload that and you can download it. So that's what I meant. Yeah, let's go into it. We firstly need a terrain. Whoop, where was it? A terrain, and I used my own texture. Just add a texture or something like that that you see that you are running or so. Otherwise you won't, and that would be annoying. Texture, texture. Got one. To be honest, there was it. I won't upload that because I bought that. So now I see when I run, and yeah, let's take this there. And we need a cube for our player, and attach this main camera to the cube and say this main camera is on the position 0 0 0, and let's say, oh no, I didn't want to have cube, I wanted to have a capsule, sorry, 3D capsule, and attach the main camera to it and say exactly again the same thing, 0 0 0, and now the camera should be I guess on the middle of the capsule, but that's not exactly what we want. We want it around here, so we have to take that a bit more higher, let's say 5, so now it's perfect. And yeah, now we have to attach the first person script. Wait, I'm gonna take this from my other folder, I forgot that to copy paste that to my We have to change some things in our first-person script for yeah, to get the items in our inventory. So I'm gonna explain this in our first-person controller, but not how it works in this particularly when we press A or S or D or something like that. Okay. Yeah, this is normal now because this is a new script. I'm gonna delete this what we actually do not need at the moment. This not, and this not. So, okay, let's create our Dropbox. We need, let's do this here. We need a UI panel again, and let's call this Dropbox, and also tag this as a Dropbox. I've done this before, so just do it on yourself. I hate it. So, okay, let's resize this a bit so that we have a nice size around that. Yeah. I guess this is okay. Okay, now we got our Dropbox, and when an item is dropped, we want to have a box of the item, so that is that there's item icon, then the name, and maybe the amount of it when it's a consumable or something like money or so when it's getting dropped. So we need a box which is getting created, and let's create that. UI again, and this should be an image, and let's say this should be a height of 50 and a width of 120. I guess would be good. Yeah, that's nice. And let's take this on the top. Actually, you see that when we have a list or something like that, when we have more than, I guess, 10 or so 10 items on the ground, we get a problem. The problem is they will be on the bottom of the Dropbox, and we don't want to see this when they're here. So we only want to see this when this this image object is in this Dropbox. So we have to add a, I guess this was, wait, a mask, yeah, right, a mask to this object, otherwise it won't work. So when we drag now over this Dropbox, oops, I added it to the wrong thing. Wait, to the Dropbox at this mask, and now it should work. And you see, this disappears when we go over it. So, okay, what we need as well. Let's call this item in box. I'm gonna call it item in box, and then we need our item icon. This is as well the image. And let's do this 35 by 35. I have to take some things away. Annoying at the moment. So, and let's call this item icon and go deeper so we can place it better around here. Yeah, okay. And then we got our item name. Let's create a text, not under that. So item name. Wait, actually I do not know why. Yeah, then we got our item amount, UI, and where is it? UI, yeah, it's also text. So, and item amount. So when we got that, we're gonna paste this in our prefab. And this already did this, so it's looking like that. Oh wait. So like that. And yeah, actually I forgot something, because Dropbox. So now we got that, and we want to have another source image. We're gonna do that, and we pick something like background or pop-up highlight from the Unity, which is getting which we should have by default from Unity. And now we have to place the text in the text of the item a bit better. So let's say this new text, and we have to do this item box a bit larger, I guess 140 or something like that. And now take the image a bit more left side. Let's take this down now. That's nice. And this text, so and now we need amount. This amount should be x2, and we can disable it because we only need that at some items, not at all. So I had to disable this amount, and now attach this there. So disable this and apply this. So yeah, alright. Okay, apply and delete it again. So what we want to do is, the first thing what we want to do is, when we have our inventory, and I forgot to, yeah, okay, nice. The problem is I forgot the project settings and the script execution order. Item database, inventory, slot script, apply. The first thing what we want to do is, when we drag this item into our Dropbox, that this item is getting dropped to the ground and our dragged item is getting deleted. So let's do this. We have to go in our we have to create another script for our Dropbox. So we're gonna go into our script folder and create a C# script and call this, let's call it Dropbox. Oops, I know maybe not the best name, but so now we got our Dropbox, and this Dropbox we have to add our libraries, because it's something, it's from the UI, so we have to Unity Engine .ui and using Unity Engine .event systems. Right. So now we can attach our pointer down handler, which we need. When we click on it, the item is getting dropped, and we add our function which we need on pointer down with the variable pointer event data. So what we want to do, we want to drop an item when we drag an item. So only when we drag an item. So if we need, so we have to attach the script from the inventory if we drag. So we need inventory, and now we at the start we have to get the component of the inventory. GameObject, find object with tag. So inventory dot get component inventory. And when we get this inventory, we can ask now if inventory dot dragging item. So if we're dragging an item, we want to drop this item, but we need another function which we have to create, because let's say this function called drop item, and maybe we need this inventory this item which we have to drop. And then when we want to do this, when we did this, we have to close this, we have to delete this dragged item, this small icon which we dragged. So close dragged item, and that should be. So now we need this function, dropped item, so we call this void drop item. And in this, let's do this. So we have a GameObject which we have to instantiate. And the problem is, at the start of the video of the tutorial series, I I showed you how this works, but we didn't attach item model. We had the variable, but we do not say where the item model is. So we're gonna do this here now. Firstly, we're gonna add this here. So system.serializable. So now we're gonna see what is in our inventory. I had this. I called this a bug, but it was a fault by me. So I'm gonna show this now. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this right now. Now, when we start here, when we click on the inventory in this hierarchy, you can see what is in the inventory. So, because it's only a class, we have to add this system serializable. Sorry. So now you can see that, and yeah, we have to create a game object, which will be our item on the ground. I call this a cube, and we have to tag this as item. I guess that is that's it. Yeah. Item, and yeah, we have to tag this. Yeah, and let's call this dropped item, and drag this in your resource folder. So yeah, drag this in your resource folder. So here in, I got one. So wait a minute, please. So I hope I forgot nothing. I'm sorry, maybe it could be a bit weird because this is a pretty big tutorial and that will take a lot of time. So I'm sorry, maybe I have to jump a bit around. So yeah. So when we do this, we want to create our game object, and I forgot. We have to attach this item to here, the item model to here. So we're gonna say every time when we create a new item, item model is equals to the resource folder dot load game object dropped item. The name of the item. So we're gonna take this one. That should work, yeah. Okay, and save this, and now we got our item model. Yeah, let's go back in our Dropbox, and when we want to do this, we have to say later we have to add another script to this dropped item, otherwise we cannot take this back to our inventory. So you do this. I'm gonna do this only. Game object. And let's call this item as game object, as game object is equals to a game object. We have to cast this, otherwise it won't work. Instantiate the item dot. Yeah, I forgot. We need this item which we want to drop. So we call this item, and we can say here in this function, we know when we're dragging item, we also know the item which we're dragging. So we can call it inventory dot the dragging item. So now we got this, and now when we have this, we know we can call the item model, item dot item model. So then we need a position of the item model, and yeah, I forgot to attach a tag, I guess. Our player needs a tag as well, otherwise it won't work. And we're gonna attach this, and we have to attach this player tag. So we need this in our script now. So we have the position is now the game object dot find game object with tag. In this example, it is the player tag, player. So dot transform dot position, and we need the rotation. It's quaternion dot identity. Oops, identity. And now the the item should be spawned. Let's check this. Maybe it's working, maybe not. We'll see. So when we drag and click on it, it's not working. I guess I know why. Yeah, I know why. So now we got a problem. How you see, we have to drag this Dropbox over this here, because then it's getting rendered before the dragged item. So now it should work. Now you see, when we click on it, it not work. Why not? Let's check if the debug log is working. It should. Oh, wait. It's save and. Haha! I forgot to attach the Dropbox script to this Dropbox. No, okay. Now it should work. And I'm gonna drag this and click on it. Now our. Wait, I go to our capsule. But otherwise. Yeah. As you see, here's the item. And I forgot also to attach the first person controller to this here. And now you should also see and can walk around, so you can see there's the item. So this item, when we click this in our hierarchy, this is a drop item. We got no script, so there's a missing script. In this example, we need to know which item in this model. So we have to create another item. This is called dropped item, and wait, I'm gonna create a C# script and call this dropped item. And in this dropped items class, we need only one variable, and this is called public item, and that's it. And now you can attach this to your dropped item GameObject. So here, dropped item. And every time when we drop an item in our Dropbox, so when we hit this, we get our item as GameObject, and we get a component of it, item as GameObject. Item as GameObject dot get component dropped item dot item is equals to the item, and save this. And now when we drop this item, you see this item is there, and we click on this in the hierarchy, you see that the A armor which we dropped, and when we drop the consumable as well, let's see, there's another dropped item, and you see the item ID and the item value, so it's getting copied perfectly. So the next thing what we want to do is when we click, right, let's go in. When we click on our item, which is here, we want to get this back in our inventory. So let's create this. We need to go in our first-person script, first-person controller, and all this here is the first-person controller. You can watch. You can. Yeah. So if you wanna, you can completely ignore that. It's not very important for us. So which we need is every time when we left click on this item, we want to know if this item which we are clicking is in our range, because I don't want to pick an item which is 100 meters away from me. I only want to have this when it's around 3 meters from me or something like that. So you have to check if we get a mouse click, get mouse button down, and our example, it's the left click. Oops. And we need a raycast hit. camera.main.screen point to array of the input of our mouse position. So when we click this, we want to have our mouse position in this, and if we hit something, physics.raycast, and now we need our array, which we're gonna have here, also our mouse position, and now we want to have something out of it, and then we gonna create something like we need the distance between us, me as a player, and the distance between we need the distance between the player and the game object or the item. So we have to create the distance of it. So distance is equals a vector 3 dot distance. This is a function from Unity, and now we got our hit.transform position, so the game object which we clicked, and our transform position of our player. This script is attached to the capsule, so we know that is exactly there. So, and now when we got this, let's just do this debug log and give us our the range of the item. So let's check this once. So you see that it's working fine, and now we get into it, and now when we click on it, you see it's 4.5 meters away from me, 4 and now 3. So this is working fine. This is working with the mouse button, not with the middle of the screen. So that's a different way. Let's delete this, and we only want to have this function only should work when we hit the item of so when we hit an item which is on the ground from us. So hit transform should be attacked as item, and the distance and the distance should be bigger, smaller or equals to 3. So now we also can check if debug.log. Let's check this. Hit everything what is tagged as the item and is closer to other than 3 meters or equals to 3 meters will be recognized. So let's check this. Wait, create this, and now we are near this, so we are nearer than 3 meters. So when we get away, it doesn't recognize. So now what we want to create our we have to add an existing item. The problem is when we add an item with our inventory script, which we got here on the bottom there, add an item, we only add an item with the item value of 1. And when we got something like a consumable which is getting dropped with item value of 2, we have a problem. So it's only getting item added with 1 as item value. So we have to create another function which we call add existing item. I know it's maybe not the best name, but I'm gonna do this on this way. So I got this add existing item. Yeah. So we call this public void add existing item. Now we need this item which we're gonna add to our inventory, and let's say if this we only have to check if this is a consumable, and then we have to do we also have to check if this consumable, when we have a consumable on the ground and we want to take this back to our inventory, if this is a consumable, because otherwise we have to stack this item again. So if the item type which we got here equals to item type they want it is a consumable, then we have to check if item exists already. So I'm gonna give this item dot item ID and the item. So and else is we can add item at empty slot. So okay. Now we gonna have to change something or check if empty exists. The problem is when we add an item, we only set our item value plus one. So we have to change this. We have to add this. Change this to the item value which we get here, and it's plus item value item dot item value. Otherwise it won't work. So okay, and save this, and now it should be fine. And yeah, that's it. And now we can go back to our first person controller. And now when we hit something, we want to add this GameObject which we got or which we hit. So inventories. Yeah, I forgot something. Now we need our inventory script. Inventory script. I call this because we're gonna change something later with activating the inventory script. So we got our inventory script which we have to call the function at existing item, and now we need our hit.transform .get component, and now we have to get this dropped item script, and now we need this item variable. So let's call this dropped item, and we need our item from it. So and yeah, let's save this. Now when we drop this, it's getting dropped. And now let's click on it. Oh god. Null reference. Let me double check everything here. Could be that I forgot something, but I actually don't know what I could have forgotten. Null reference object not set to an instance of an object. Let's do this like that. This looks better. Normally it should work. Okay, it still doesn't work. Wait, it could be that normally no. Wait, I didn't forget this. Dropped item, and when we want this item. So it.transform .get component dropped item script, and now we want to have this item. This should work actually. Null reference object runs not set to an instance of an object. Yeah, what I forgot to say, I added also a reg body. Use kinematic, not use gravity, otherwise it won't drop on the ground. this should work. I'm confused. We click on the item. Let's do a debug log. Let's debug log, and now we need our inventory script, and we're gonna take this item name. Yeah, this, let's create this, turn around, and so the name is right. So what is the problem? Let's do it on another way. We're gonna do item is equals to this item, and then we're gonna say inventory script at existing item. I forgot. Yeah, I know what I forgot. So the problem is we didn't save our inventory script in this inventory script, so we're gonna have to inventory script is equals to the inventory is equals to GameObject dot find GameObject with tag is inventory. Yeah, this happens pretty fast, but yeah, I'm happy that I found this pretty fast. So now we got this, and now it should work. We don't need this anymore. So save this, and let's do this now. Now it should work everything without any errors. You see, when we click on it, it's getting placed in our thing. So I'm gonna show you this with the consumer as well. So you see that now it's getting stacked right. Yeah, and now we have to delete this item or this game object when we click on it. So we call this destroy hit dot transform dot game object. So when we click on it, it's getting destroyed, so we only get one item of it. Check, and now we got this, and the item is getting destroyed. So what I want to change is, at the moment, every time we go in our game, the inventory is already activated, and that's not what I want. Add to this canvas the canvas. I guess we did this before, and we're gonna deactivate and activate our canvas. We do this by we need some variables. We need our game object, this inventory, and we need a boolean which is called bool show inventory. This is from start false, and now we need our inventory is equals to the game object dot find game object with tags, the canvas, so canvas, and at the start of the game I want to have the inventory is deactivated, so inventory is set active as false. So, and when we press I want to have to deactivate this. So we have to check if there's an input dot get key down, the I, and when we have this, I want to have this show inventory is equals the difference, the opposite of the current position, current state, and then we're gonna inventory dot set active and call this show inventory. So this should work. So now when you press I and when we start this game, the inventory is disabled, and when we start this, so it's perfectly that's what we want. So now the next step is to, we also already created our inventory for our item box, and now this is getting complicated. Maybe not really complicated, but maybe it's not so easy to understand. So we have to get all these items which are on the ground of the whole area of the game. So we go back in our Dropbox script, and Now let's start with it. Now let me check where we should start. So we need an array of the dropped items, so the items which are on the ground, and we need a new function. No, we don't need at the moment. So so in our update function, we need to get our items which are in our not which are in our range, which are on the playground. So dropped items is equals to the GameObject dot find GameObject objects with tag. So we get every GameObject which is tagged with item. And when we got this, we can check this now. I'm gonna drop this. So we check this every frame. Drop, and now when we go to our Dropbox and see there's two GameObjects which are dropped. So, but the problem is we only want to have the items which are near us, so around 3 meters. So now we have to create a function. Let's call it where is it? Get dropped items in range. Get dropped items in wait, I have to void get dropped items in range. So, range. So we have to go through the array of our dropped item. So we create a for loop, and this for array is its length, not count. It's only for list with the count, and I++. So we have to create our float distance again. So we need the distance of the item. Again, vector3 dot distance, and now we need our item as GameObject. Oh, wait. Yeah. What I've done before, no, we do no, it's okay. We need our dropped item and the index dot transform dot position, and we need the other GameObject, that's the capsule. Find GameObject with tag, it's our player tag. Dot transform dot position again, and now we get our distance from it every time, so every frame, because of the update. So we're gonna check this now. Drag and drop, and no, I forgot to create debug log. Sorry, debug log distance, and save this. Save. And drop this, and oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot to add this function get dropped item in range, and save this now. When we drop it, we see how far it is away. So when I go away, it's getting bigger and bigger, and yeah, so that's working. And now if we have to say a distance, so we need another array where we have to place the GameObject which are in the distance of where we can take the objects from the ground. So we say if distance equals smaller or equals 3, we want to have this in another list. So We call this list public list. This oh, I forgot to attach this as well, using another library, using system collections.generic, because we need a list, not an errorless list, and this should be a GameObject as well. It's equals to a new list of GameObjects. Oh, I forgot to attach. Yeah. At the moment I'm pretty confused, because it's so much we have to do. So I hope I do not forget anything near us, and this should be a GameObject as well, and save this. And now when we got this, to scroll down, and if the distance is smaller or equals 3, we have to get this item. So the problem is, if let me think a bit. Yeah, we have to go if the item is if the list of the items which we which are in our near us are empty, we have to check if the list is empty. So we have to add instantly the item. So near us dot add this dropped item I, and oops, and later then we have to create this item box which we wanna see here in this box. So I'm gonna create item box inbox so that you know that we have to add something later here. So the problem is when it's not equals null, we have to do something else. How should I do that? The problem is we would add every time we would add an item every time. The problem is when we go every frame through our get dropped items in range, every time when we go into this function, the items is getting added. So I'm gonna show this. So else, and now near us dot add dropped item to dropped item dot e. And now when you see this, we're gonna add every time a new item or the same item, and that's not what we want. And no, I drop this. You see here, we only add every time the same item, and that's not what we want. So we have to check if this item already in our list. So we need a boolean is equals as false. We need this when we went through the loop completely, which we create now for int k is equals null, and we have to go through our near us list. Because of that, that's why I created this if statement. When this list is empty, we only need to add this item. So we do not go we do not have to check if there's an item with the same amount or exactly the same item in this list already. So we go this and k++, and then we have to check firstly if that's the problem. When we check every time with this update function or every frame, we have to check if this item it could be when we delete an item and exactly at the same time we are in this get dropped items in range, we have to check if this item is empty. So we have to near us with the index of k is not allowed to be null. So now we're gonna check if the near us So now we have to check if this item which we got here is equal to the item, or if it's not equals the item, we're gonna add this item to our list. So dropped items, we need our script from this dropped item on the ground is equals to the equal to the item which we wanna get from this other list. So we need another thing here too. So we need this item from this from our dropped item list, and we need this get component dropped item and dot item. So we have to check if this item is equals to the item. If it is, we can say that temp is true, and we do not have to go through this loop anymore. So we could break out of it, but I don't do this at this time. And if then we have to check if we went through this while for loop, we can add this, because only if there's equals to this this item, we do not add another item to our list. So if this temp still false, and we went through the whole loop here, so kk is near is equals to the near us dot count minus 1, so we went through the whole loop. Then we want to add another item to our list, so near us dot add item, it's dropped item dot as index I, and yeah, and then we have to create the item box in the box, so that you know that. And now we should have our, so now you see this is the dropped item, and we got this item which is near us. When I run away now, it's not getting disabled when we are not in range. That's a problem which we have to change. But now we got this what we need. So now we have to check if the items are still in range. So void check if still in range is still in range. Check if item is still in range. Let's call this like this, in range, and we go through our current list which we created, and this is near us dot count and I plus plus. So now we need a distance, and we have to set this to 1 million or something like that, because otherwise it won't work. And if near us, again we have to check if the near us is maybe null. We do not want to do this, so near us is equals null. So if it's not null, we want to have the distance of it. So distance is vector 3 again dot distance, and now we have near us I dot transform dot position. So GameObject find now GameObject with tag. We need our player GameObject. Player GameObject dot transform dot position. So now we got our distance again. So now we have to check if the distance again equals or smaller 3, and if it is, now we have to check if it's bigger than 3. If it is, we have to delete this. We have to delete this from our list. So near us dot remove add I. So, but we have to add later something like um, when it's not in range and we got our item in this this box in our Dropbox, we need to delete this again. So I'm gonna write this firstly that I don't forget this later. So we have to destroy this item box later. This item box, and we need later something else, but I'm gonna explain this later. Okay, and now when we got through this, and I'm gonna drop one item, we see when I go out of range, it's not getting. Ah, I forgot to call this function the update function. Yeah, again I forgot this. Check if item's still in range. Save and save this and drop this, and now when I get out of range, you see the size is 0, and when I got in range, it's getting added. So when I get out of range, yeah, now it's perfectly working with 2 items as well, and you see. Okay, that's what we want. So now we want what do we want actually? Should I do this or this? Yeah, now it's getting complicated, I guess. Yeah, let's create this. Now we have to create our item box here in our box. So we need to do some things. So we got our prefab, and when we drag this in our Dropbox, we want to have this. When we got some more items, we have to place them on the other position of the Dropbox. So they are at the moment on the same position, and now which I have to go. Yeah, there has to be something like that. Something like that. So yeah, let's create this drop. Yeah, it's okay. We need another function, another variable, so that we get this game object, this item in the item box. So public game object, the item box. I call this item box, and when we get this, we want void create items in box. So we have to check now where the position of the item in the box is. So actually it's -7. Let's check if let's call it 0, 110 is nice, I guess, for the start. 0, 110, and so the first thing is we create the position of our item box, and let's call this new vector 3, and this should be 0. And now we have to do a small math. It's not much. This is 110. Wait. Oh, is it right? Actually, I think I do something wrong. No, it's right. Okay. We say that we have a 5 pixel between these boxes, so we call this -55, sorry, and gonna multiply this with the with our count of the near us, so dot count, and plus the 110 pixel which we got from the start, and then we have 0, and yeah. So now we have to instantiate this game object. So we're gonna create game object item is equals to a cast game object instantiate item box, and yeah, that's it. So now we have to change that this item box which we create, when we create this now, this is not a parent of this item of this Dropbox. Oh wait, I have to delete this item box, and we have to add this GameObject to this here, to the script. And now when we drop this and this item, yeah, I forgot to call this in this function. Wait, we have to create this item box, so we have to call in this function this create items in box. So create items in box, and here as well create items in box, create items in box. So now we got this, and we save this, and now when we get this, we create this. We should create this, but we created this. You see in the hierarchy item in box, so it's there. But the problem is it's outside of the outside of this Dropbox canvas, or this panel. Sorry, of this panel, and this should be. The problem is that should be a children of this. So we have to do something else again. We go back to our function create items in Dropbox. And this is pretty easy. We call item dot transform dot parent is equals to this GameObject dot transform, and now it's the children of it, and yeah. No, yeah, it's not. Now I know what I did. We need another list where we can handle our item boxes. So actually we work with this, and when we work with this, you will see the problem is the item box will around in the middle of this Dropbox, and it should start on the top. So okay, it's still here. Okay, that shouldn't. No, it's still here. Okay, but yeah, we do not change the position of this this item. We need, yeah, I forgot this, I'm sorry. So we need to get the component of the. So no, first we need a list of every item box which we have in our Dropbox. So we need to create another list. Now we call this public list GameObject is list item box, I call this, and new list, and this is a GameObject of this. And now I know I let this in, but it's wrong. We have to change this later. And every time when we create this, we have to so when we create an item box, we have to add this to our list. So we're gonna add list item box dot add this item. And when we got this, we want to change the item dot get component. We need the rect transform. Oops, rect transform dot local position is equal to the position which we got here, or which we created here. So now we save this, and so you see this is here now, and we drop another, it's here. So it's perfectly, but the problem is this is here. So that is the reason is because of our NIAS, and our sites is here 1, and yeah, that's a problem at the moment. So 2 was it? Wait, we're gonna change this, so we have to list item box dot count. Now this should be right, and now when we drop this, it's here. So it's perfectly. So let's go. Okay. Yeah, this function it's bigger, so it's could be getting complicated. So the problem is now we won't change the text or image at the moment. We're gonna check this something else. The problem is when we drop this item all now and we are near us and we go away, it's not getting deleted this item boxes, and we get near this, another other boxes getting created. So we have to delete the old ones when they are not in range. So we have to do this in our where was it? Yeah, it was check if still in range. So that's where I meant we have to destroy the item boxes. So we have to destroy the list of the item box and the index of I, and we have to remove this from the list as well. Otherwise we have a null in this index. Remove add and I, and save this and save. And now this should work. Every time when we get in near some items, you already see. Oops. You see, now they're getting deleted, and when I click on this item inbox, we got no information at the moment, but we're gonna add this later. So get away and near this again, so it's working perfectly how we want. So now we have to attach a script to our item inbox. We want to have some information about the item which is in our which is on the ground. So we have to create. Let's call the script item inbox or something like that. Item inbox. Yeah, item inbox. That's nice. Item inbox. And this item inbox need some informations. We need this item of this, and yeah, we need to add the item when we click on it. But now let's do that later. So we're gonna save this now, and we're gonna add this to our dropped item. Oh yeah, it's already dropped. No, that's dropped item. Oh, I'm wrong here. Actually, prefabs item inbox, and now we got our I'm sorry, item inbox, and so let's go back in our script to our it's not on. Okay. Let's go back to our Dropbox, and now we have to attach this item to our new script. So we call this item inbox box with item is equals to the item dot get component. So we take this the script, so we can work with this. We have to add some other things later too. So I take this in a variable, and now we need to add this item box with item dot item is equals to the near us list box item dot count dot get component, and now we need the item of this, and now we get this item from us. So now we can go back, and I'm gonna show this to you, and we drop this, and now when we see this, we got an item in it. So now we can display the item icon, the text, and maybe some other things like the amount. So we go into it. Yeah, let's start with it. How should I start this? Okay, we got our list item box with the index dot count -1, and we need the component of the rect transform. Ah no, I'm wrong. I'm totally wrong. I'm sorry. Okay, so we need our item dot transform dot get child. So we need our child. So we need actually we want to change this item icon, the name, and the item amount if there's amount, and we want the zero child dot get component. Oops. And we need our image. I attach this here. Yeah, okay, we can attach this. So, and now we need the sprite, which we want to change, is equals to the near us list item box dot count -1 dot get component, the dropped item which we got dot item icon. So now this sprite should be changed. When we see this now, wait, let's see, and there's the item icon. It's right. So now we need to do this with the text as well. So we're gonna copy this here, and this in, and this in as well. So no, let's delete this because. Yeah. So now it's a text, and the text near us get component dot item dot item name. Save this. No, the name is also in. I guess should be. Oops, drop this. There's a name, and now we only need a count if we have a consumable. So, but we have to check if the item which is in the list of near us list item box dot count -1. We need this component get component. So we need to check if this item is a consumable or not. If it is a consumable, we have to enable this this image this text script item dot transform. Now we need the child get child again 2 and dot component get component. We need the text again, and we have to enable it firstly, otherwise we cannot see this. We have to set this to true item dot transform, and now we attach a text to it. Get component the text, and dot text is equals to let's x plus the near us list item box dot count -1 and dot get component, and now we need this the item value, and save this. And now when we got a consumable which is on the ground, you see this is here, and well, now it's out of range, and you see a chest has no item value and a consumable has an item value. So now we got a problem. When we click on it, nothing happens. So when we click on it, we want to have this in our item in our list. Now this is working. You see, that's no problem. And yeah, let's go into it. We have to go in our item inbox, and this could be maybe a bit weird later, but okay. Item inbox. So we need to add our inventory scripts, which we need inventory. Oops, that's right. And we need our Dropbox script. Dropbox. So yeah, let's add this inventory. Oops, inventory is equals to the GameObject. Oops, no, that's wrong. GameObject dot find GameObject with tag. Yeah, and now we need this inventory script. Inventory dot get component inventory. Yeah, no, it's it. And now we need our Dropbox is equals to the GameObject find GameObject Find GameObject with tag, the Dropbox script which we need, get component Dropbox. So now we got our scripts from all of them. So now when I forgot something. We have to attach the libraries, otherwise we cannot click on this. And using Unity engine.event systems. So we do not need this update function. Public void on pointer down event data. So okay. So when we click on it, we want to add this inventory we want to add this item to our inventory. So we call this inventory.add existing item, which we created before, and we want this item, and then we have to destroy this item box, which where we have clicked on. We have to delete this from our list, which we have done in our Dropbox, and we have to delete this game object. So we call this destroy the Dropbox dot list item box, and yeah, we also could call this, but okay, but we do not know the index of this. You know, we need this index in of the list, otherwise we cannot delete this. So we need to go back in our Dropbox script, and every time when we create an item in our box, we have to create we need this index of our item in the box from our list. So we need this index, and every time when we create one, we need to give this the index. So we need box with item is equal dot index item.index is equals to the list item box dot count. So because it's the last item which we have created. So so now it's working, index, and wait, so, and we also have to remove from the Dropbox list item box dot remove at. So now there's from the index as well, and we need to destroy the game object which is on the ground. Dropbox near us, and we have to delete this from the list as well. Yeah, let's do this firstly. We have to change some small thing, but only small, not big thing. So when we drop this, the problem is the name is too short. Maybe you have to create a bigger Dropbox. When you click on it, wait, did I forget something? Or did I not attach this to the item inbox? Item inbox. Item inbox. It should work. On pointer down. Did I write something wrong? On pointer down. Right, I'm gonna copy paste this from my other script. I forgot the interface. I pointer down handler. Yeah, save this, and when we drop this and we click on it, it's getting in there, but we got another problem. Now let's see. So we got into this, and when I click on the middle of the, let's say this here, and we click on this, you see there's problem, because the index of this item is currently it should be 2, I guess. Yeah, wait. Yeah, it's 2, but it's only 1 because this is 0 in the list and this is the next item, so so index 1, and we have to update our index every time when we add another item to our inventory. So we have to create our another function, only a small function, and we are almost finished with our tutorial. So public void update the index of the boxes. So we do a for loop int I is equals to 0, e is list item box dot count I plus plus, and now we go through our item box list and get our component and update our index item in box script, and dot index is equals the I. So now we have to call this here once as well, Dropbox, so Dropbox dot update index, and now it should work everything. So don't wonder why this item is jumping around sometimes. When I drop this, it's because of the rigid body. You see they are spinning around and maybe they are falling out of range. Yeah, and yeah. When I go into it and I take this in the middle, and now this. Wait, why the 2? That shouldn't happen. I guess this is bug only. I hope it shouldn't be something else. So when I click on it and this, no, it's working perfectly. So yeah, that is a tutorial. You still can click on it only when it is in range. So when I'm out of range, the item is gone, and when I get into the range, I can click on it or click in the item box on it and get it back. And yeah, that's it, and I hope you liked this tutorial. I know it's went pretty long, 1 hour and 20 minutes, and if you liked it, please subscribe and like it and send it to your friends when you got someone who wants exactly like this from DayZ. And yeah, see you later. I do not know what the next tutorial is about. Maybe something like character, so that you can wear these things, like when you right click on it, you can exactly you get this in weird or something like that. I do not know exactly now, but yeah, I'm gonna do something. See you later. Bye bye.